Will fast food be the end of human health? As anyone can tell you, anything is good in moderation. This principle applies to drinking, maintaining a relationship, iPhone usage, or even toking on a pricey cigar. The same principle applies to the consumption of greasy, fast food that numerous Americans rely on to keep their morale elevated on a day to day basis. Consuming fast food is quickly becoming a problem nationwide. With a direct link to health problems in many Americans and obesity rates on the rise, there needs to be an immediate change in the many things we consume before it becomes too late. People are addicted to fast food and may not even know it. The level of sugar and sodium confined within quick meals at fast food restaurants are discreetly forcing your brain into addiction. Many find fast food as an everyday convenience and nearly part of their routine as well. From stopping for a bite to eat while in between classes to making a grease dripping cheeseburger your dinner for the night, Americans tend to look past the importance of slowing up on their intake rate. There's evidence that binging on sugar dense, palatable food increases extracellular dopamine in the striatum and thereby possesses an addictive potential. Elevated levels of sugar in our diet, in turn, encourages us to consume other foods high in glucose as well. With our palates dependent upon sugar, what can keep us from clinging on to other fatty, sugar-infused foods? Obesity can be an immediate effect felt from excessive consumption of sugars, especially in adults over the age of 30. Weight becomes harder to shed, and weight gain becomes easier than ever. You have to start working twice as hard to keep the pounds off, and dieting becomes a major factor. As of 2010, 70% of adult Americans were found as overweight or obese. To erase this number, many things can be done in every American's life. Having more sit-down meals with your family is a great start. It's very easy to get off work at night and bring home a fat bag of McDonald's for all the kids and send them to bed later on. But is this the right choice? Starting by having pre-made meals prepared for the week during your days off can be a monumental step towards good health. Making meals with greens instead of frying your chicken, drinking milk or light juice such as apple juice is a great replacement for sodas as well. There appear to be several biological and physiological similarities between food addiction and drug independence, including craving and loss of control. Just like picking up and combusting a cigarette, a lot of people are likely to pick up a cheeseburger while on the run in their daily lives. Once you find out something that is easy to obtain and makes your morale satisfied, you're a lot more likely to return this satisfaction over and over again. Much like drugs, Americans have a craving and fiending sensation when it comes to getting fast food during their day. Some may argue that because of the rising rates of population, fast food joints are doing us a favor. With less material becoming available to the vast majority of us, it makes it harder for the average U.S. family to sit down and have a Thanksgiving-type meal every other night. According to the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United States, or the FAO, the global population is expected to increase by around 2.3 billion people between now and 2050. Although this is a slower rate of growth than the one seen over the past 40 years, it is still a 30% increase in the number of people who will be feeding. We can explore the obvious here. More people equals more feeding. Resources may become more scarce in the next decade or two, and U.S. citizens have no idea what is to come. Having fast food at our fingertips makes it seem as though we can never run out of food. And this may be true, but what about the prices? Our economy has been nothing short of a roller coaster ride since the beginning of the 2000s. From economic recessions to global inflation, Our goods maintenance has had trouble keeping track with the flow of currency and employment salary. Once the population exceeds its carrying capacity, what will this mean for our easy access to food? The supply chains across the world will have no choice but to raise the prices because of the savages around the world feasting on the overall supply tenfold. A solution to this could be more people enacting on their own backyard garden or creating their own homegrown foods through their own resources. With a garden right in your backyard, food shortage around the world could either become delayed or stopped altogether. Tomatoes, corn, rice, green beans, cabbage, lettuce, and even something higher in nutrients like squash or potatoes can be grown right at your fingertips and could save your family from a trip to the store and purchasing of goods. Starting at the source may save your future. The youth of the United States love purchasing fast food. As soon as you turn 16, you get your license and start having more freedom to ride the roads with your friends and go wherever and eat whatever you want. Freedom to eat whatever you want may be a vital piece to this freedom in a sense of overall health. In a recent study found online, the percentage of adults who consume fast food decreased with age. 44.9% aged 20 to 39, 37.7% aged 40 to 59, and 24.1% aged 60 and over. This is variable proof that if we can target the young with the importance of slowing up on fast food intake, we can save the future of the world from having health-related issues such as obesity or diabetes. This problem is known. Citizens have different standpoints on the subject of fast food and food availability. Someone who is an avid lover of fast food may present themselves on a more biased counter-argument of the discussion, while someone who may be vegan might lean more towards an overall validity of the essay. Though opinions may differ, one thing is for sure. Health problems are not false and may only continue to worsen if the word does not spread around the world soon.